Good evening, guys. Today we will be presenting to you guys a study that was done by a lot of researchers focusing on aluminum and its effects on the immune system. Thank you for coming out to see us this evening, and we hope that this will be a nice and informative presentation. Okay, so this was a study examining the effects of aluminum when eaten. It happens not with soda cans. Aluminum actually can be seen in antacid tablets like Tums, in Pepto-Bismol, and essentially just any product meant to calm an upset stomach. This works because the stomach is very acidic and an antacid is anti-acidic. And aluminum has shown signs affecting the immune system. We've seen it in two different ways throughout history. A lot of the background research has shown that it can be very stimulatory to the immune system. That means that it helps it work faster and stronger. That's why we have it in lots of vaccines. However, a lot of research has also been done recently that has been done on animals that has shown that it can also suppress the immune system and make it weaker, causing you to maybe get sick more. The immune system is our body's defense against common colds and essentially any bacterias or things trying to get you sick. So the biological question of these researchers was, does aluminum have a stimulatory, depressive, or just any effect on the immune system?
Okay, so moving in from the background research to the assays and methods, the researchers of this study used various scientific methods and techniques to test their hypothesis, including ICP-MS, which stands for Inductively Coupled Plasma Mass Spectrometry, colorimetric assays, and flow cytometry. So ICP-MS allowed the researchers to track how much aluminum was being excreted from the study participants. The colorimetric assay measured how the immune cells that they were testing reacted to stimulation, and the flow cytometry assay allowed the researchers to analyze the different specific types of immune cells and determine if aluminum had an impact on them. So, for the results, before exposure, both groups in the study had similar aluminum levels in their urine, but after 2 weeks of taking aluminum containing antacids, the experimental group had much higher aluminum excretion, proving that aluminum was entering their system. Now, interestingly, while most immune cells remained unchanged, the researchers did find one key difference, and that was a decrease in memory cytotoxic T cells, or by their official scientific name, CD8 plus CD45R0 plus cells. Memory cytotoxic T cells help the body recognize and fight infections. However, other immune markers, including T cells and antibody levels, did not change significantly. So the only major significant change noted was the decrease in memory cytotoxic T cells. And so we have a graphic now to go over the various immune cells that were tested in the study and how their populations changed throughout the course of the study as the aluminum exposure levels increased. So as you can see, CD8 plus, CD8 plus, CD45RA plus, and the CD8 plus CD45RA R0 cell groups did not change significantly. And in fact, the CD8 plus and CD8 plus CD45RA plus groups actually increased throughout the study slightly. Now, as I said earlier, the result of the CD8 plus CD45R0 plus group did decrease notably, as you can see right here. It went down from around 15% to 8%, noted in the assays. So that was a pretty significant result.
So what exactly does this all mean? So looking at the graph, we can see that when you take antacids that contain aluminum, the aluminum gets into your body. Your body absorbs it and sends it to different places, but eventually your body has to get rid of it. It does this through urine. meaning that whatever aluminum your body took in will eventually have to leave. This means that the aluminum doesn't stick around in your system for too long and doesn't build up to dangerous levels, which is really good news. Now, even though aluminum is absorbed into your body, the study found that it doesn't seem to hurt your immune system at all. And in this study, researchers found that your immune system can still do its job even if there's still a little bit of aluminum in your system. That means your body can still fight off infections like it normally would. However, there was one small change in the immune system that researchers noticed. There's a special type of immune cell called CD8 plus CD45R0 plus cells. These cells are part of your body's immune memory. Immune memory is important because it's what helps your body remember infections that it's fought off before. This allows it to quickly fight them off again if they show up later on. In the study, they noticed that the number of these memory cells went down just a little bit. This suggests that the aluminum might have made it a little bit harder for your immune system to remember those past infections. However, this change was very small. The drop in these memory cells wasn't huge or drastic, and even though there was this small change, the rest of the immune system stayed healthy. That means that even though your immune system might have a tiny bit less memory, it's still working just fine to protect you from infections. So overall, your body's ability to fight off sickness didn't really seem to be affected that much by the aluminum. The main conclusion of this study was that the aluminum from antacids does increase the amount of aluminum in the body, but doesn't lead to big problems for the immune system. The only noticeable change was in those immune memory cells, which went down a little bit. But the drop wasn't large enough to cause any major problems, so it's not something to really be worried about. However, it's important to remember that this study was short-term. It only looked at what happens over a short period of time after using aluminum-based antacids. So we don't really know what would happen if someone used these antacids for a long time. We also don't know if someone using larger doses of aluminum, like if you took a lot of antacids over a long period of time, would have a bigger impact on the immune system or your health in general. That's something researchers will need to look further into. Also, this study didn't look at people who have other health problems. It's possible that people with certain conditions could be more affected by the aluminum. So future research would need to study how aluminum might affect people with health conditions or those who are already at risk. We also need to understand if larger doses of aluminum might do more harm, even though the study didn't find anything serious. In short, we still need more research to really understand how aluminum, especially from antacids, affects our health over a long period of time. But based on what we know so far, occasional use of aluminum-based antacids doesn't seem like a major threat to your immune system or health. So for now, it's safe to say that using these antacids from time to time won't cause any major issues.